Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Tolu, and in this video I'm going to be telling you about 7 sexually sensitive parts of a woman. Also, I'm going to be leaving a bonus point at the very end of this video that you don't find in any textbooks but can make the difference between good sex and amazing sex. Okay, so make sure you watch this video till the end. If you like what I have to say in this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment for me. Alright guys, let's begin. So number 1 on my list is her brain. Yes, her brain or her mind. Now, while that may sound weird, because some of you were probably expecting me to mention the other organ, but then the woman's brain or mind is very important. In fact, it can be the beginning and the end of everything. The woman's mind usually makes the difference between bad sex and amazing sex. And so the mind tops my list for 2 reasons. The first is that anything that affects the mind negatively, especially for women, can actually affect sex negatively. So things like maybe feeling guilty or being sad, or mental health conditions like depression, anxiety, or even maybe taking too much alcohol or using certain types of medication, anything that affects her mind negatively can also act as a barrier to amazing sex. So you can stimulate all the sexually sensitive parts of her body, but if her mind is closed, then you probably not get anywhere with everything you do. The second reason why the mind tops my list is because if her brain is too active during the sexual experience, if she's having too many thoughts running through or she's overthinking things, that can also negatively affect the sexual experience. And so it is important to cater to her mind so that her mind is calm enough for her to turn off her brain during sex. I cannot emphasize this enough. The mind is number 1. Second on my list is the genitalia. This includes the vagina, the clitoris, and the perineum. A lot of us already know what the clitoris and what the vagina are, but the perineum is that area between the anus and the vagina. That part at the bottom there, that's the perineum. Now, this entire area is super sensitive and is rich in nerve endings, but no part of the body is as rich in nerve endings as the clitoris. Now, the clitoris is that organ that looks like a matchstick just at the top of the vagina, and it has more than 8,000 nerve endings. This makes it super sensitive depending on how you stimulate it. The clitoris is the only part of her body whose sole purpose is to provide her with pleasure. But then if it is not properly stimulated, let's say it's being pressed on too hard, or in some really horrible cases you're biting hard on it, it can cause a lot of pain. But if properly stimulated, maybe you start gently with your fingers or your tongue or your lips, however way she likes it, and then you build up gradually, it can make the difference between good sex and mind-blowing, leg-quivering sex. The vagina and the perineum are also important. So remember, gentle kisses, gentle touch, even stimulating with your tongue or your mouth, whatever it is that works for her, make sure you do. And also experiment a bit, but make sure that there's proper communication so that you are on the same page regarding whatever it is that you're doing. Number 3 on my list, the mouth and the lips. The lips are the most exposed of all the erogenous or sexually sensitive parts of her body. And yet, our lips have 100 times more nerve endings than our fingertips. So you definitely don't want to be ignoring the lips. And when I'm talking about the lips, we've talked about the lips down there. Now I'm talking about the lips on her face. So stimulating the lips, usually by kissing the lips, can release feel-good hormones, and the release of these feel-good hormones can excite both her emotions and her genitalia. Women will know what I'm talking about here. Regular kissing can actually improve intimacy, so you don't want to be ignoring the mouth or the lips. Number 4 on my list the breasts. Now, when we talk about the breasts, I'll also be talking about the nipples and the areola. Have you ever heard about the trinity of female pleasure? They include the clitoris, the vagina, and the third on the list. Take a guess. Yes, the nipples. The nipple stimulation is processed in the same part of the brain that clitoral stimulation and vaginal stimulation are processed. So you definitely don't want to be leaving out the nipples during foreplay or during the act of penetrative sex itself. This also goes for the areola and the breast as a whole. So you want to be properly stimulating them. And something you can also try is to use a clitoral vibrator, put it on a low setting, and then try using that to stimulate the nipples as well. That usually works wonders. Number 5, her scalp. Have you ever had a really long and stressful day, and then maybe you get home to your partner and then they run their fingers through your scalp and massage it for you? You know that feeling where you feel very relaxed? That is all the evidence you need to show that the scalp is very sensitive. So when it is properly stimulated and massaged, there is increased blood flow, and then this can also lead to sexual arousal. When the scalp is properly stimulated, it leads to the release of hormones like serotonin and oxytocin, and this in turn can actually sexually stimulate the woman, which is what we want in the first place. Number 6 on the list, the nape of the neck. Neck kisses are a turn-on for almost everyone. In fact, a study published in the journal Cortex ranked the nape of the neck above even the nipples and the breast on the list of most sexually sensitive parts of a woman's body. It's a vulnerable and sensitive area, so make sure you use your fingers and your lips on the nape of the neck. The 7th on my list are the inner thighs and the buttocks. The inner thighs are rich in nerve endings and they are also super sensitive, so gentle stimulation with your fingers can actually lead to sexual arousal. Also, during oral sex, gentle kisses or licking of the inner thighs can also sexually stimulate even more. The buttocks are another erogenous area, can also be stimulated with touch from your hands or from your mouth or your tongue. You have to be sure what your partner likes, what she likes. Does she like gentle touch, or maybe she's the one who likes the hard touch, the hard spanking? Because you don't want to be giving hard spanking to someone who prefers gentle touch, or vice versa, okay? So proper communication is very important. Thank you for watching this video. So far, we've talked about 7 sexually sensitive parts of a woman. And for those who have stayed to this point, here is the bonus point. Now, I must start with this disclaimer that you probably will not find this in any medical textbooks, but then in my medical practice, I found that many women find this to be very sexually stimulating, and in informal discussions, these women actually rank it above every other thing I've talked about: sending sudden money. I know it sounds funny, but then many women will say that sending money as part of foreplay that maybe begins at the start of the day can actually show them that you care and can help to make the difference between good sex and mind-blowing sex for them. And when you really think about it, sending money shows that you care, shows that you want to take care of them, and it can help their minds to feel at ease. Now, there is no research that I know that backs this, but it's just something that a lot of women I talk to say, and so I just thought to mention it as a bonus point. So you can give it a try, see if that works for you. But sending money, many women swear by it. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video to the end. If you liked what I had to say, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment for me letting me know if you found this video useful. And women in the house, if you agree with what I said about sudden money, just leave it as a comment for me. Type sudden money. Thank you guys. Bye.